Hey guys, it's Paradise, and we have another Monster Hunter video for you today. We've had quite a few on the channel recently, which I see you guys are enjoying. And we actually have a stream tomorrow where we get to play even more and show even more off to you guys. So let us know in the comments what you're most interested to see, so we can go in knowing what you guys want. Today we're going to recap the second of the 3 streams happening here at Gamescom, and in this one we got an even better look at Rey Dau, the new Apex monster of the Windsward Plains, one of the coolest looking ones that we've seen so far, as well as several other auxiliary mechanics that are going to make hunting even more interesting, including updates to existing systems and the return of a few things that old school hunters will definitely recognize. To start it off, we finally got to see a group hunt between the heads of development behind Monster Hunter Wilds, as well as, of course, the community manager. They talked us through some of the mechanics, and during their hunt against the Doshaguma, they actually ran into Rey Dau, who I believe only appears rarely during the inclemency period of the weather, which is during the sand tide when things get very stormy and lightning filled. Now, they didn't quite manage to kill it, and we know it is a very challenging thing to fight in the demo here at Gamescom if it does appear, but from the stream we did get a good look at its moveset, which uses large sweeping wing attacks that are also infused with electricity. We also know from the various trailers that it does that awesome railgun style attack, and we got to see more of it actually in action, where it channels lightning into its horns that then shoots out in a beam, dealing massive damage to anything that it hits. This is something that producer Ryozo found out the hard way, unfortunately carting to it during this hunt as well. So you should never feel bad when you cart during a hunt, because it can literally happen to anyone. It was actually pretty good that this happened though, because we got a showcase of the brand new cart animation, which funnily enough doesn't actually include a cart this time. Instead, you are presumably transported back to your camp on your secret before your palico splashes you with a green liquid that revives you. We also got to see a bunch of different mechanics, both new and old, and we actually got a brief look at the fishing system, which looks fairly similar to previous iterations. However, it was mentioned that instead of crafting bait this time around, we will get access to a number of different fishing lures instead, and I would love to know what you guys think of the fishing in Monster Hunter. Not gonna lie, it is something I enjoyed doing from time to time. An interesting thing that you may have missed in the stream if you watched it is that we actually got to see Tokada-san equip something called the Slinger paint ammo in his Slinger. Now, we aren't 100% sure exactly what this does yet, but veterans of the series will definitely remember paintballs and how they used to let you track down monsters while hunting, so this will likely have a similar function in some way in Wilds. Another awesome thing that we got to see in action, which we have heard about previously from the behind closed doors preview that some media outlets got to see, is the picking up of barrel bombs after setting them down. You can reposition them as you see fit, and perhaps the most important thing is that you can now just yeet them at monsters, rolling them along the ground, and they explode on contact. And from our playtime on the demo, you can even just throw them instead of rolling, so there's a lot of things you can do with the barrel bombs now. On top of this, we got a good look at another new thing in the actual quick access menu, and it's called the Optimal HP Recovery. This is essentially an option on the radial menu, and it allows you to use the most appropriate healing item based on your current situation. So if you just need to top up a little bit, it will automatically use a potion from your inventory, meaning you can save those mega potions for bigger hits, and it will use bigger healing items if you're even lower on health, so you don't have to radial menu every single healing item if you don't want to. Now, we did previously know that the hook Slinger can interact and gather things at a range, and we got to see a bit of this in action too, and trust me, from my time in the demo, being able to pick up those herbs and parashrooms and things like that from a distance, even while riding on your secret, is so good. Such a good quality of life feature. Another interesting thing to note, and you may remember the good old days of damage calculation and motion values, is that it looks like kicking has returned, although it's unclear if this will have any kind of mechanical value beyond what it used to have. On top of this, layered armor has also been confirmed to be returning, and it appears to work in a way similar to how transmog works in many other games. It's apparently going to be unlocked all at once midway through the game, so you won't have to farm extra materials in order to unlock each look. Instead, you can directly apply your favorite looks to other armor sets, which sounds absolutely amazing, not having to farm everything out to unlock it as a transmog, or layered armor as it's called. On top of this, we actually got the official rundown of pop-up camps and how they work. There are set locations on the map that you can discover during exploration, and each has its own safety rating, which lets you know how likely the camp is to be attacked by a monster. This is important because these pop-up camps are not permanent camps, they can be destroyed. So you can find safer places to put your camps that are not likely to get attacked, or you can place them in more risky spots that perhaps might be closer to monster spawns to take advantage of the closer routes to the monsters. It looks like you can have up to 3 camps at any time, and the only resource requirement that we've seen so far are guild points. Once they're set up though, it looks like you can do anything that you would expect to do at your regular camp, including changing your weapons, items, doing cooking and more. We also got to see more of the cooking system, which is a bit different and perhaps even more fleshed out than before. Different ingredients not only give you different food skills as usual, but can also have effect on things such as the durations of the buffs. One of the major changes to this cooking system as well is the visuals, with each ingredient that you choose being fully represented in the actual cooking animation, with one example being vegetables and shrimp and another being fish. They mentioned in a brief Q&A section that they wanted to emphasize the solo camping feel, using whatever ingredients you happen to have on you, as opposed to more well-stocked facilities with palicos cooking everything for you. From our time in the demo, the actual cooking was quite interesting, and you can even use portable barbecue grills to cook anywhere out in the world. On top of this, you kind of have your regular ingredient and then additional ones that are kind of optional to cooking that confer additional buffs on top of the base effect of the meal. So that's pretty much all of the information from today's stream, but be sure to tune in tomorrow for the 3rd and final live stream planned for Gamescom coming out tomorrow. We have more footage from our recording to show you guys and a lot of exciting stuff coming soon, so keep yourself subscribed down below so you don't miss out on all the Monster Hunter goodness that we have coming your way.